Alright, so I want to take you on a little cruising lap around Daytona Long Rallycross in the VW Beetle. So we're coming up to the start-finish line here. So I'm usually coming up here in 5th gear, and I brake just about right here. And you can either come down, or I like to go up to 6th, and you just want to carry your momentum through here. Use those tire bollards as your apexes, and you're coming up over this jump. I'm staying in 6th with my brake dragging to kind of keep the car straight. Then as you land, you're immediately turning into this. So by the time you're about right here, you're already sideways, and I'm starting to counter steer to make this other turn, as I'm usually coming down to about 4th and then 3rd right here. So you again use your apex here, you kind of see where the dirt's worn out, and then apex here, you're going to be sideways when you're up to speed, and I'm usually coming up to 4th, 5th, kind of depending on how I come out of this thing. I might be up into 6th, and then tire bollard apex. And as you're coming up here, I like to kind of just straight line it down into 2nd real slow, and I like to keep this nice and tight. You kind of see where I wore some of the dirt out. So here's another apex. Just kind of keep in line with that, and then there's a little part you can kind of get in the grass there, and then boom, boom, apex is there. You're in 6th by this point. I'm braking right here at that first part of the dashed line down to 3rd, using this as the apex, and this is where I'm getting back into the throttle and then coming back up to complete a lap. So let's go fast now.
1 minute 24.758.
Alright, just watch how I'm kind of shifting and modulating my throttle. It's probably a little hard to tell what's going on with my braking, but I'll try to explain it here. So, apex, I'm up to 4th, 5th. I'm braking here, applying the brake and trying to carry as much speed to keep the car as straight as I can. Up and over the jump, turning, and then I'm already counter steering, going into this. You see how I'm hitting those apexes, being really light on the throttle there, using a lot of brake to kind of keep the car straight. And then I overshot that time, but kind of get the point. Like, you want to keep that real tight. Okay, so I'm braking right about here. Use those little dashes in the road there as a reference point.
41.279.
So if I concentrate real hard, I'll break into the 40s pretty easily here. So not real tight right now because I'm trying to talk through this, but let's see if I can put together a good lap coming up here. So you want to keep the car as settled down as you possibly can. Don't let the tires spin in the dirt or anything. Keep it in a high gear. Okay, let's see what we can do.
41.252.
A little bit more up to speed, but let's see if I can get real fast here.
41.192.
It'll get faster as the track starts to wear out and it gets more grippier. So really the key with Rallycross is just muscle memory. Like, putting in laps and committing this thing to muscle memory, it starts to just feel more like a dance than anything. All your motions just kind of come together. You don't think a lot about it.
41.03.
Consistency is key. It's so easy to make little mistakes and lose speed. So if you just focus on hitting your marks, staying consistent, you can pretty much rely on someone else making a mistake in Rallycross. So at least starting out, that's really key in my opinion. There's so many races I won just starting out by just not being the fastest, but being the most consistent. And I've beaten some of the fastest guys by just staying consistent, letting them make mistakes and capitalizing on it. Yeah. And by the way, this is the baseline set. I'm in a rookie session here, so nothing fancy. I'm in the Beetle. It's all free content here. If we sit here and drive for a while, we'll easily start breaking into the low 40s and possibly even into the 39s as the track wears down.
42.219.
So anywho, I think I'm going to wrap this thing up. If you have questions, just comment on this video. Do my best to respond here. Yeah, so hopefully I'll see some of you on the track.